Next up, Nuheara and Justin Miller. Welcome, Justin.
Good afternoon. Conscious that we've got 10 minutes, I'm going to get straight into it. Justin Miller, the CEO and co-founder of Nuheara. And as Nuheara relates to healthcare, although we've probably started from a consumer electronics point of view, we've seen our progression of our company move into more a healthcare mode, and I'll explain as we go through the presentation today. A little bit about what we do. We're into hearing and the way people hear, and us producing game-changing hearing solutions that are both accessible and affordable to a broader market, which has not been available today in relation to certainly the hearing aid market. A little bit about our company. Some key points there. We listed just over 2 years ago. We've seen our market cap grow from about 14 million to about 100 million in that time frame. We've gone through conceptual stage. We've brought our product to market, and now started to get some traction on the basis of being a real company with revenues. So we've raised about 29 million in that stage as well, which includes a raise of 6 million that we concluded last week. Board of directors, quite a diverse range of experience there, which includes some Microsoft, some big sort of investments around energy and the like. But for us, it's an experienced board and a nimble board that's enabling us to deliver on our targets. For those of you that are unaware of exactly what we do, we offer intelligent hearing through the earbud solutions that we bring to market, and that essentially allows a consumer to still do the things they normally do with an earbud, which is music and phone calls, but add to that a layer of technology that allows them to augment their hearing. So overlay there's certain situations, both both physical and digital, and another level of tech above and beyond that allows people to control their environment as opposed to conversation, which is very important, and ultimately led it down to this audio or healthcare path, in the sense that we've allowed people to control their audio through augmentation, but allow them to also personalise their hearing experience, which has been an interesting sidetrack for us. And that sidetrack has now become the predominant part of how we bring our products to market over the course of the coming years. To give you a little bit of a history, we started selling our products in January of last year. In the first 12 months with that one SKU, we quickly rose to $5 million in sales. We built a very broad and quite deep now retail base. We've expanded from 40 brick and mortar stores, predominantly in the US, to more than 1,500 now. In fact, it's approaching nearly 2,000 brick and mortar stores, and some of the biggest consumer electronics chains and specialty stores around. But now we're seeing a diversification of that retail channel, and this is what led us into hearing healthcare. So hearing health channels picking up on our product as a lower priced item, optical stores, specialty stores. We obviously have our ability to do direct sales in 7 currencies. We're now undergoing further geographical expansion. We've gone through the US, Europe, Middle East, and now coming into Asia, and we announced our Japanese expansion in June of this year, a few weeks ago. Officially launched up there. And to further support some of the actions that we're having from a healthcare perspective, the Australian government added us officially to what is a $500 million per annum hearing services program to provide hearing devices to those people that normally can't afford it. And importantly for us, we've taken a very important step this year in using the knowledge we've gained from our original product to then produce 2 new products. The first of which is IQ Buds Boost, which began shipping about 6 weeks ago. Pleased to say that the results of that have been outstanding from a sales perspective, and a product to appeal to a younger audience, which is our Live IQ, which begins shipping in about 3 months' time. So in terms of the changing landscapes of hearing healthcare and how we've ultimately got into that, just to give you some background as to how big the market is in relation to hearing healthcare. 15% of all adults worldwide have some degree of hearing loss. However, 86% of those that have a hearing loss have primarily done nothing about that, and that's primarily due to cost. The average cost of a mid-range hearing aid is somewhere in the range of, well, an average pair is $7,000, a more advanced pair is up to $14,000 a pair. So And essentially what that means is people aren't accessing it until they get quite old, with the average age of a hearing aid wearer is 72 years of age. However, the average age a person starts to lose their hearing is about 35. So there's this gap between 35 and 70 that we see as ourselves as being able to fill with the right product and the right price. So a couple of other stats there is, even once people are diagnosed, it still takes them on average 10 years to actually go and do something about the diagnosis before purchasing. And it's quite a prevalent disease. So where do we fit? The hearing aid companies do a really good job at the top end of this triangle. The top end of this triangle represents the more profound levels of hearing loss. They have great penetration rates, but they really lack at the mild to moderate end of the market, which is the bigger part of the market, but they only gain 10% traction there. And a lot of that's due to price, there's stigma, there's a lot of things involved there. So from our perspective, that's what we see as our target market. There's a ready-made market there. If we give them the right product at the right price, I'm sure we can tap into that, and we're now starting to prove that with our new Boost products. And just to give you an example of how big that market is, 30 million Americans have mild to moderate hearing loss, but have yet to purchase any form of hearing assistance. So it's a ready-made market that if we're able to tap into it, we're now demonstrating that we are. So for us, it's not about hearing aids, it's about hearing buds. It's providing a solution that will fit into that category, that will appeal to that 30 to 70-year-old market, that will allow them to do multiple things. So where a hearing aid does one thing, hearing buds do quite a few things. So we're about creating this new category, and how does that actually fit? Well, as it fits with our IQ buds, at one end of the market, traditional headphones, it's an $8 billion per annum market, hundreds of millions sold over the course of any given year. At the other end of the market, the traditional hearing aid market, that in itself is an $8 billion per annum market, but as few as 13 million devices are sold globally every year. So a very low volume but high margin part of the industry. We believe that we're starting to see some of the consolidation with relation to hearing solutions. It represents an opportunity for us to broaden our horizons with a couple of new products. The first, Boost, which has a fully integrated hearing assessment, uses hearing aid prescription formulas then to automatically calibrate the buds. And as I said, we launched that 6 weeks ago, and in 6 weeks we sold out our first production run of 3,000 units very quickly. So from our perspective, there's appeal there. The interesting part of that whole situation there is, from a hearing healthcare perspective, is we believe with the right products and multiple products, we can appeal to a wider audience and bring them through the complete journey right up to when they may then purchase a hearing aid at 70 plus. But the interesting thing about our IQ Buds Boost product that's been in the market is the average age of that user is 56. The average age of an IQ Bud wearer is 40. So we're already filling that void, and the products we designed and to fit those particular categories are now fulfilling those, and we see a much bigger role for all three products as we move forward. So just flicking through, we talked on the opportunity. The cost of our products represents 10% the cost of a hearing aid model. It's faster and easy to fix, and it's multifunctional. It offers more than hearing amplification, which is why we're getting more traction. A very quick review there in terms of cost. Cost is not purely in money, but also in time. The only person that can fit you with a hearing aid today or hearing device is an audiologist. With our product and our retail availability, we've got the ability to tap into that. So where do we go? Obviously a cheaper product for a younger audience, which I touched on, but our vision ultimately is that perhaps with a common low-cost hardware platform, self-fitting or our ear ID, and then the ability for users to choose the technology they want to run on their devices, the hearing aid, tinnitus treatments, directionality, there's a real opportunity for people to create their own hearing ecosystem. Thank you very much.